Okay, I'm going to say selling all my armor and weapons to some crazy guy in the middle of the night in exchange for Nether Star wasn't the smartest idea I've ever had. Gotta be somewhere safe around here I can stick this Nether Star. Oh god, Enderman. Hang on, Enderman and villagers? What's going on in here? Take the villager? Oh, what have I done? Oh, what have I got here? Summon the House of Ender. Okay. And House of Ender. Oh, what does the book say? The House of Ender always summons to the south. To summon a House of Ender, drop the summoning orb and wait, or pick up to stop summoning. To dismiss the House of Ender, throw the dismissal orb into the fireplace. He's not giving me a dismissal orb. This guy shortchanged me. Summoning restrictions. The House of Ender cannot be summoned near Ender Shrines due to dimension stuff. I don't know why. I'm an estate agent, not a quantum physicist. Safety guidelines. Be aware of your surroundings when summoning the House of Ender. Make sure the fireplace location is clear. Okay, what fireplace? Failure to do so can result in your death by suffocation when dismissing the House of Ender. Well, that's pleasant. So, what? I throw this on the ground, yeah? So, like that. Yep. It's not done a lot. Oh, yes, this must be one of those Ender Shrines. Fine, I'll leave your shrine alone. So, what? Somewhere over here? Will this do? Just sort of bunk it. Oh, hang on, something's happening. What's going on? Okay, there we go. That must be a House of Ender. And I've got to dismiss one. Alright, oh cool. Oh, nice. Got a bed. Ooh, Ender chest. Treasure chest. Put that Nether Star in there for safekeeping. And furnace. Oh, and a basement. We'll go down here. Storage. More storage. Oh, potions. Enchanting. Lovely. And this looks... Oh, the house got its own built-in nether portal. That's pretty cool. Right, well, that's the Nether Star safe. So, what, I throw this one into the fireplace, yeah? There we go. Well, that keeps my Nether Star nice and safe. Now just head off home. Hello, sysfailure here again, and I hope you enjoyed that rather bad acting to introduce you to the House of Ender. Now, the House of Ender is pretty much an Ender chest on steroids. So wherever you are in the world, you drop down your summoning orb, and after about 4 seconds, the house appears. And there's your little house. You can do all the things you want it. Use your Ender chest, your storage. Obviously, it's got its built-in nether portal, enchantments up to level 30 there, and potions, etc. And then once you're done, you just dismiss it by throwing your other one into the fire. So how does a little system work? Well, you can download this in the description below to have a look yourself, so I won't be covering it in minute detail. But to get into the system, you come into the shrine here, open the floor, and it's all going on down here. So we have a fill clock filling this area here, which is just those 2 blocks, and it's just turning the clock on and off. So, what is happening? First off, we have this line here. This is the summoning line, and that's the title line. So what that line does is when you take an item of that type of orb, so with the description of Summon House of Ender and Fire Aspect 1, and throw it on the ground, it gives it a scoreboard objective and starts counting it up to 80. When it reaches 80, the rest of these activate. And what that does is it takes a section of the world relative to where that is sitting and clones it in here. And then it takes the house that's here and clones that out into the world in the same position. Once it has done that, it obviously has the sound effects and the sort of explosion look. And finally it deletes the item off the ground so you don't end up picking up multiple items. If you do go ahead and pick up the item before it's finished summoning, then none of the rest of these run, so it doesn't matter. And those ones at the back are just for the bits you saw at the beginning where it says summoning and the countdown. It counts up to 80 because that is 4 seconds, as there are 20 game ticks per second. The other one, which is a dismissal eye, which is here, you get given that once it destroys your summoning eye, and vice versa when you get rid of it again. Now, the dismissal line is slightly different, this one here. It doesn't count up to 80, but what it does do is it looks for an item of type of the dismissal eye, the dismiss House of Ender with eye aspect 1. It checks to see if it's in a fire block, and it also checks to see if there is a type 14 slab, which is upside down nether brick slabs, 2 blocks beneath it. And if that is the case, it then clones the house back down into here. So it's always the same house, no matter where you take it in the world. And it takes the land that's here and puts it back where it came from. If we turn the system on and do the summon orb on the ground, you'll see, as shown in the shrine, it doesn't work in this area. The reason for that is that over in this one, we have a block that is constantly setting the scoreboard objective of this type of item that's anywhere in this area, so that this will not interfere with any of it wherever it's summoned. And it's constantly setting it to -1, so they can never ever reach 80 and activate the summoning line. But if it's outside the area, that doesn't affect it, and it works. So I'm not going into all the commands, because some of them look a little convoluted, but they're fairly simple once you have a look at them. The eyes, if you do happen to lose one, are down here, so you can summon them. And wherever you do, don't go right-clicking these, because if you do, they go sort of flying off somewhere. Yep, they're flying through the blocks there. But when they land, they will actually turn into normal Eyes of Ender and will be useless. So don't go right-clicking them, only drop them when you want to use them. Obviously, there's nothing stopping you changing the item type from Eye of Ender to maybe torches, you know, drop an enchanted torch on the floor and everything works. But I hope you found that useful. And as it says, the download is in the description beneath, so have a play with it yourself. Any feedback and comments are appreciated. So, as per usual, thanks for watching and bye-bye. I tell you, these recorders just seem to go on forever. Door after door after... What the hell? Okay, well, that was a little bit odd. Oh, it's a merry-go-round. Oh, I haven't seen one of those in ages.